Stop right there. Do not build those starter teams. Before you do anything, watch this video right here. I wish I knew of it before I put together my RTG side. Well, the good news is that FIFA 20 isn't out yet, so we still have time to make changes, because what I'm about to share with you, you're going to be getting so much more for your money. Like, the value, it is insane. And what I want to do is go through some players that not only are awesome for starter squads, but maybe mid-tier sides, or even to be used off the bench to give you guys some inspiration when building your squads. So if you want to see more of this, make sure you leave a like. If you are needing game codes or anything game related, head over to G2A. Link can be found in the description. Use the code Fuji. And if you're wanting to keep up to date with football news around the world, one football, download the app. Links will be found below. Boys, this is a good one. I hold my hands up. I was one of those people that was so focused, zoned in on finding the cheap players from the Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga, and I forgot the amount of players that moved over to the Dream League. Especially for starter teams anyway. The Chinese Super League, the amount of players on offer that are going to be a fraction of the price, I think that this is well recommended. And what I'm about to share with you are some fantastic players that maybe you could use as impact subs or even get into a starting 11. It's really in the attack and midfield, amazing. Defense, not so much, but we could quite easily hybrid it out. Something to pay attention to as well, not only like lower tier players, but mid-tier, high rated ones. Stamina has been downgraded on pretty much every single card, which is interesting. I think EA have done that on purpose, so when they do eventually get around to releasing informed special cards, they look a little bit more appealing, so then you want to upgrade your teams, and yeah, just go from there. Spend more FIFA points, that's what it is. But let's do it, boys. So the first one I want to share with you is obviously Paulinho, 84 rated. On FIFA 19, he was around 10,000 coins or 15,000. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near as much as that. And not only are you buying him to get yourself up and running, but it's an 84 rated card to be used as an investment as well. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. I would go as far to say that the perfect, well, not so much perfect, but something that is like standard that you want to be looking for is 4-star weak foot and 3-star skills this FIFA. On FIFA 19, you could argue that it was the opposite because 4-star skills was really important. Now there are so many skills that you can pull off with like 2-star, 3-star. So Paulinho, well, he has 4-star skills, so that's awesome. 92 stamina, which is massive. 90 jumping, 81 strength, 81 aggression. He can get you some goals. He's got pretty decent defending, and I would personally use him right bang in the middle in a 4-3-1-2 or a 4-1-2-1-2. Could he really be played as a CDM? Well, he's got high to high work rate, so I personally wouldn't use someone with high to high as my out and out CDM, but in a 4-2-3-1, possibly. 6 foot as well. He's got good enough dribbling, but the agility is a little bit low. It's probably his worst stat, right? Everything else about the card looks outstanding. So really good. 71 pace. I don't think that that's going to be unplayable. So it's someone to keep an eye out on. Then we have Oscar, 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Not an outstanding card, but you look at the 83 overall once again. At the start of the game, he's going to be pretty cheap, and just treat it as an investment and someone just to get use out of. What I like about him is that he's offering the agility, the balance, the reactions, his finishing. 76 is okay. The shot power 80, the vision, the playmaking, and his pace is pretty average, but it's going to be more than enough for FIFA 20. Really like him. And one thing to keep an eye on, when you look at these dribbling stats and you find someone with low agility, I've been playing the demo, which is a slower version of the beta, and the beta is probably going to be slower than the final build, like the polished off game. So with players like Olivier Giroud being able to get use out of their strafe dribbling, I think it's going to be fine. Like, going back to Paulinho, right? 68 agility, 71 balance with the strafe dribbling. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. Then we move over to an outstanding card. Carrasco, 83 rated. Now, this is who you want to really be bringing in. A 4-star, 4-star. Like I mentioned, the stamina, it's a little bit low, 74. So you're either going to have to use him as an impact sub or make sure you sub him out. One thing I wanted to add to the game on FIFA 19 or for FIFA 20 is a system put in place where you can specifically tell the game to sub someone off. So in the 70th minute, I want to take off my left forward for this player that I've got on my bench. And every single game, unless you override it, it always makes that sub. Just so it adds a little bit more fluidity to the game, so you don't have to press start, make subs. Because that's why I don't do it, because I'm lazy. But Carrasco with the finishing, man, 80 finishing, 85 shot power, the agility, you know, that is a perfect dribbler, skiller, finisher. He is fantastic. And the medium Oh, high attacking and medium defensive work rates. Awesome. Really, really good. Talisca, my good God, remember how good he was, that Carnival card from FIFA 19. Just the best. One of the best cams that I've used, right? And he wasn't my typical go-to player because of his agility, but on that game it was fine. 4-star he still has. 6'3". He has high attacking work rates, low defensive, so he's just gonna stand up the top and try and get those interceptions and stand tackles. Oh, sorry, his Carnival card had really good interceptions, but on this one, like 59 stand tackle isn't really that bad. Stamina, again, a little bit on the low side, but what he's offering, 88 long shots, which is an awesome stat. The finishing, the shot power, on the ball, he's gonna be fine using the strafe dribbling, and his pace is more than enough. I like him. Like, he would be brought into my standard like starter squad just so I could find those finesse shots outside the box. Very, very good finisher. Then we go over to Arnautovic. Was at West Ham, now has moved over to the Chinese Super League. He's like that Ibra type player. 6'4", well, he's probably better than Ibra now in the game because Ibra's got, no, has Ibra got downgraded? I think he's 85. So 6'4", he's got high attacking work rate, so he does want to push on with that pace. Well, sprint speed is nice, acceleration average. Shot power is really, really high, and that's what I remember from FIFA 19. He had banging shots. On one of the informs, I quite liked it. I pulled his red card on the RTG. His agility and balance is a little bit low, but like I mentioned, if Olivier Giroud seems playable, Arnautovic with this kind of finishing, the strength, the aggression, I think he's going to be a force to reckon with. So if you're really on a budget, I could see him being up at like 1002, 1003, and it's a good player to pick up. Then we move over to El Shaarawy. So if you're wanting a few more of those skills, being able to drop past players, he's offering the 5-star. His stamina is very, very poor, but if you ignore that stat, he is really offering quite a lot to your game. The finishing is there. The agility, the dribbling is going to be super smooth. The pace is fantastic. The playmaking, well, he's got 85 curve, everything else. He's really been set up to do the short passing game. I wouldn't really cross too much. Like 75 crossing isn't terrible. It's just the long passing stat. The short passing is average, but he's going to be playable in the game. So El Shaarawy is going to be awesome. You've got this man, right? Bakambu. Now, let me tell you, looking at his stats right there, 88 pace, 80 dribbling, 81 shot. His in-game stats, he's got the 4-star weak foot, like I mentioned, that's going to be important for the game, and the 3-star skills, so he's able to do that lateral heel-to-heel, which seems like it's going to be overpowered. And then if you hold RB and use the right stick, you can do the setup touch, which on the final build, it's going to be a little bit quicker to perform. And his in-game stats are stupid good, like 84 finishing, 84 shot power, the pace is there, the dribbling is fine for like a target man anyway, he's 6 foot, and his stamina, I think he's going to be able to last even the full 90. He'd be gassed out, but he'd be able to last, I think, anyway. Well, if not, just sub him out for somebody else. But that is a beast right there. Bakambu, you're going to want to bring him leading the line. Dembele. Now, I really like the look of Dembele, but the problem is 60 stamina. Like, that is so bad. So whereas on FIFA 19, I think he had something like 70, 71, he's been dropped to 60. So I don't think he's going to last at all. But I really like the look of him, like 89 strength. He's got the 4-star skills. He's got 90 composure. He's got a bit of the playmaking as well with 85 short pass, the defending. It's just a shame that they've knocked his stamina down that much. All right, I think he's a little bit unplayable just for that reason. So moving over to the next one, and Zahavi seems like one of those hidden gems right now. Don't get put off. Like 74 pace is pretty good, 86 finishing. That is massive. I remember his team in a season on FIFA 19. He was quality. The finesse shots, the left-footed strikes, the right-footed strikes. He had it all, and he's got 4-star, 4-star. His stamina could do with a little bit of work, but the 88 agility, the 83 ball control, the 82 dribbling. Now, this is my kind of player. If I'm getting inside the box on FIFA 19, FIFA 20, we're on 20, I want to be able to score. So Zahavi might be a viable option. Then we have Lavezzi with a 79 rated card. I don't know what's going on right now with this guy. 68 stamina. All right, that's not good, but probably as just an impact sub, like using him in the 80th minute, coming off the bench, getting things going with his pace, his finishing, his dribbling, and then the 4-star, 4-star. He could be just a really, really good impact sub, as long as then you don't go to extra time, penalty shootout, maybe you're going to be asking for a little bit too much. Then we've got Eder that I was using on FIFA 18 or even FIFA 19. I gave him a go. I think I tried to get chemistry to Shera. That's why I had him in the starting 11. And he wasn't really that great on the game, but FIFA 20 is different. 4-star, 4-star, just a balance in stats really when it comes to pace, shooting, and dribbling. And I think he looks like one of the better ones, especially just to get you guys up and running. 5'10", 4-star, 4-star, and 78 stamina, which is quite nice. It's not unplayable. Poor jumping and all of that, but that's not really his style. Then you go over to Teixeira, and he still looks like one of the best cheap overpowered players. And I don't think that's going to change for FIFA 20, man. 4-star, 4-star, 83 stamina, 82 jumping. You know, even with the lack of heading accuracy being 54, you know he's going to get those goals. He's just that kind of player. His dribbling is fantastic with 90 agility that just makes everyone feel really, really good and responsive. Finishing 77 is fine. The positioning is there. The sprint speed, acceleration, surely not. Will we have back-to-back FIFAs where the same player is still as overpowered? I don't know. Like Martial, FIFA 17, that was insane. FIFA 18, he wasn't as good. Teixeira, we're going to have to find out. Like, he should be a #1 purchase once again. Then we've got this man, Elixon, how do you pronounce his name? He's got like a really good card for a non-rare anyway. 4-star, 4-star, 86 shot power, 75 finishing, 86 acceleration. So if you're playing the quick 1-2s around the edge of the box and you want to burst through, I think that he could be really OP. It's just his dribbling a little bit average, but the finishing and the acceleration, that's if you are really on a budget, right? If you only have like 200 coins, well, I don't know how much it'd be. Probably about 400 coins, right? Then you obviously go and look for someone like that. Then you got Fernando, CDM 78 rated. Did he not get a team of the season? No, it wasn't a team of the season, was it? Maybe this was a few years back. Or am I thinking about the guy from the Russian league? It might even be this guy that's just been transferred, but he was like that Kante type player running around using his acceleration. Now, obviously he's taken a little bit of a hit here, but he's got really good interceptions. The stand tackle is there. The stamina is okay. And the passing, you know, I think that's underrated. He can play the ball out. So again, if you're looking for just a standard, like straight up starter squad team, Fernando might be a good option to get chemistry to that Brazilian striker that you've just taken a look at. Then we've got Carvalho, 78 rated. He looks quality. Now this is, sorry, ignore that other non-rare guy for now. This is the striker that you want to link him up with. 4-star, 4-star. The acceleration sprint speed is fine. The finishing 79 is good. The dribbling stats are quality because he's got 86 agility. The jumping, the stamina, the strength, he looks pretty damn overpowered. Now I'm thinking of playing him alongside Teixeira. Have those two up top, so you've got the pace, the playmaking from Teixeira, and you've got this man that's offering a little bit more physical, but he can also move the ball. I think that that's a really, really good look, in my opinion. So if you weren't aware of him, drop a like on today's video, and I'll try and bring a few more of these players to your attention. But the last 2 pages that I have, this guy, right, we've got 2 beasts coming up. This man, Achimpom, or however you say this guy's name, he has 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, 90 stamina, which like I was explaining, is pretty rare on a lot of these cards, 71 strength, 93 agility, 91 balance, 80 dribbling. His composure is a little bit low, but he's got the finishing, the shot power, the pace, running behind. Like, how much composure, it really, is that going to affect him? Because he's got some really overpowered looking stats. 5'6" though, but again, he's got the low center of gravity, the strength, the jumping. I think that he's going to be pretty good, in all honesty. And the last one, Boateng, you've got another one that looks just so good. With the 4-star weak foot now and 3-star skill moves, I think, like I said, that's a little bit more ideal. 5'9", the agility is very, very high. The stamina, the jumping 93, the strength, the shooting. Boateng looks so OP. For FIFA 20 anyway, because that 89 agility is just going to bring up all of his other stats. That's how I feel when I like use high agile players. And then the jump in 93, the heading accuracy, there is such a nice balance to that card right there. So you've got an option. You can play Boateng alongside this man. They're going to get a strong link. Or you've got Teixeira and Carvalho. So it's up to you boys who you want to go for. There are just so many players to use. Or maybe play... What is going on with this site right now? I've lost the player. I've lost him. But you can have maybe a 4-2-2 and go for like those really pacey players as your left attacking, right attacking mid, or use the Brazilians up top. But just a little bit more information for you boys to get yourselves up and running. Look at the Chinese Super League for impact subs or players to just fill out your starting 11. And if you want to see more videos like this, leave a like and I will do my best to bring them out before the FIFA 20 early access release, which is going to be Thursday around 4 PM. So keep an eye out, it's coming. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Team out.